This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Want to feel more creative but don't have the right laptop? Lenovo.com can help. Look through our legendary lineup of AI-powered PCs and devices and find the one that fits your passion. Our PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, as well as cutting-edge AI tools, allow students to focus, learn, and create with ease. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. Plus, college students and teachers can get 5% off their order. Shop now on Lenovo.com. The future's waiting, and it needs you.
This message comes from Greenlight. Ready to start talking to your kids about financial literacy? Meet Greenlight, the debit card and money app that teaches kids and teens how to earn, save, spend wisely, and invest with your guardrails in place. With Greenlight, you can send money to kids quickly, set up chores, automate allowance, and keep an eye on what your kids are spending with real-time notifications. Join millions of parents and kids building healthy financial habits together on Greenlight. Get started risk-free at greenlight.com/iHeart.
Saks Off 5th, up to 70% off every day. Summer is officially here. Time to dress like it. From breezy linen and floral dresses to chic sandals and beach-ready swim. Saks Off 5th has the designer styles you'll live in all season long. Plus, shop new arrivals every week. You'll find Alice & Olivia, Valentino Garavani, Versace, Stuart Weitzman, and more. Head to SaksOff5th.com or a Saks Off 5th store near you for up to 70% off every day.
Want to chime in on what's happening with your favorite KFAN program? Make your voice heard on the Bradshaw and Bryan text line. Let us know what you have to say by texting your message to 64686. That's 64686. Standard message and data rates apply.
Couple 13-14 past. I'm the common man. He is 10 to me. It's a couple 13-14 past. Roughing It Rosen is out on a little. I think he said he was going to try to climb Mount Kilimanjaro or something. He was going to really try to really go after it. Really see what it's like to. Oh yeah, life goes on long after the living, long after the thrill of living is gone. Let's go ahead and do it, Tenneby. It's the 153rd playing of the Open Championship at Royal Portsmouth. It's a jam-packed leaderboard, but Tenneby, we do now have a solo leader, at least until he hits this putt. And he's no longer the solo leader. Harry, is it Harry English or
Harris?
Harris English. I call him Harry. Sometimes I call him Harris. Sometimes I call him Harry. It just depends how I feel.
His last name is English, but he's an American playing in the Open. But yeah, he just dropped back.
In Northern Ireland, he did. He bogeyed 14, so he's at 4. Who else is at 4? It's a jam-packed leaderboard. My favorite guy, Bazoodahoot.
Bazoodahoot. Matt Fitzpatrick, Haotong Lee, and Jacob Skav Olesen, all with 4 under today. English, the only one still out on the course. He's now through 14 holes. The other,
but lurking
in the clubhouse.
Lurking, as we like to say, Tenneby.
At 3 under, you got Matthew Jordan, Scotty Scheffler, Saddam, Kaiwan Kanjana, Terrell Hatton, Nikolai Højgaard. No, excuse me. Højgaard's at 2 under. Højgaard, Westwood, Fowler. Well, there's 2 Højgaards. They have to be brothers, yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Nikolai and Rasmussen, they're both at 2 under, 269. What if they went head-to-head on the final day? That'd be a great story.
Or what if one missed the cut and he caddied for his brother?
Well, yeah. So Aaron Rye, Brian Harmon, Maverick McNeely, Joaquin Neiman, Justin Rose, Lucas Glover, Tom Kim, all at 2 under. You have some notable names at 1 under, including Phil Mickelson, Sam Burns, John Rahm, Shane Lowry, Zach Johnson, and Sergio Garcia. And Tony Finau is now 1 under through 13.
And if I'm not mistaken, they are identical twins. So let's say one made the cut and one didn't. And the one that made the cut woke up ill the next day.
Studio switcheroo?
Yeah, so you just go, you got to go play. Right?
I always love that.
I wonder if anybody would notice or how long it would take to.
Are their swings identical? I might have to look up their swings now.
We had growing up in my Haight-Ashbury days back in junior high. I know it's really young to have Haight-Ashbury days, but that's just the way it is. Some things will never change. I wish I could do it in Tupac style. Tupac, not Tupac, but Tupac. The Johnson twins. It was Scott and Steve Johnson. And they would do that often where, like, if one would skip school, the other would attend class for them, and they do all sorts of things like that. And they generally got away with it because they were identical twins, Steve and Scott Johnson. We were long-haired hippie freaks who need not apply. Yeah, I think they're identical twins, and I don't know if their swings are alike. But are they identical? Right?
I would find it to be awkward because let's say you're dating a gal who's a twin. She has a twin identical sister. Mm-hmm. You're already acknowledging you're attracted to her sister.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I mean, you're already in a pickle there.
Yeah. And you don't like pickles.
No, I don't.
Especially
I try to avoid pickles.
This story is Associated Press. This is funny. It's listed. It's a story regarding the Steve Miller Band, but it's listed under climate. Did you see this, Teneby? Steve Miller Band cancels tour saying extreme weather is a safety concern. No! Classic rocker Steve Miller has canceled his U.S. tour because he said severe weather, including extreme heat and unpredictable flooding, poses a danger to his band, its fans, and crew. The tour was set to kick off in August. As a matter of fact, he was supposed to be here in August.
State Fair.
I had tickets. I was being real nice to Little B recently, and I had tickets to go see, you know. Here's a story about Billy Joe and Bobby Sue. Here's what happened when they decided to cut loose. The tour was set to kick off in August and run through early November with nearly 36 stops across the United States, including cities in New York, Tennessee, Florida, and California. In a statement that Miller posted on the band's social media account, said the combination of extreme heat, unpredictable flooding, tornadoes, hurricanes, and massive forest fires make these risks for our audience, the band, and the crew unacceptable. You can blame it on the weather. The tour is canceled.
Huh.
I say you can blame it on Rio, but that's another song in itself. Band spokesperson declined to provide additional details about the cancellation. Miller's decision comes as a stretch of extreme weather in the U.S. has made headlines. Sweltering heat dome that baked much of the eastern half of the nation in June. Deadly flash flooding in Texas are some of the recent rounds of extreme weather. We never talked about the flooding. It is as tragic as anything I've ever seen. I mean, there are still people missing. Mm-hmm. Church camp just gone, everybody. And then, you know, part of the controversy there is apparently, you know, there was discussions because it's in a floodplain. It's prone to flooding. And they talked about we need to have some kind of a warning system, but it was going to cost like $1 million. And a lot of the different governmental entities, like I don't know if it was the county or the city or townships or whatever, just say, you know, just don't feel like putting our money there. And how many lives that would have saved, I don't know. But you know, film at 11 more on that. But it says music festivals have recently encountered extreme weather, resulting in cancellations or causing concert goers to become ill. In June, the Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival in Tennessee was canceled partway through due to heavy rainfall. Last week, hundreds of people were treated for heat-related illnesses at the Rock the Country Music Festival in Kentucky, according to local officials. And in 2023, tens of thousands of Burning Man event attendees were stranded after heavy rain created thick mud in the Nevada desert. You say Nevada or Nevada?
I'm a Nevada guy.
I'm a Nevada guy. Created thick mud in the Nevada desert, and roads were temporarily closed. A study published in 2020 reported climate change will increase the likelihood of extreme heat stress during the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival in California. My solution is just play indoors. Now, again, flooding can be, a problem even in as we know, it sweeps homes away. I don't know if it's going to sweep an arena away, but and again, is this a little over the top, canceling an entire tour because of the possibility of tornado? And again, if you're at indoor stadiums, I don't know. But good for Steve Miller. He's 81 anyways. Maybe he needs to take a break. But
do you think he's just making this up as an excuse for the actual real reason?
What would be the real reason? Tepid ticket sales?
Issues with your band.
Yeah, that could be.
Contractual stuff. Maybe you're just 81 and go, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah. I don't think...
Maybe he's got health problems that they just want to kind of hide.
I think it's probably... my guess is it is for the reason they're stating. I think for me it's... And again, there are tragic weather-related issues, the flooding thing. But, I mean, if you're doing a concert indoors in a major city, like if you're at the XL Energy Center, I don't think flooding is going to have any problems there. I don't think a tornado's coming. Could get really hot, but they got air conditioning inside the soon-to-be X-Fuse box. The soon-to-be known as Fuse.
I don't think the weather's predictable.
So anyway, I guess I won't be rocking my baby with Steve Miller. Well, Bragg will come back. Controversial.
Who do you want them to replace Steve Miller, man? Who would you like to see? This is your chance to try to get the state fair or to try to influence them.
Well, you know what I'd like to see? I would like to see the biggest concert event in the history of Minnesota. I'd like to see Paul McCartney come back again for the state fair. Would be good for me.
I would like Eminem, Dre, and Snoop. Make it happen, state fair.
You'd love that, wouldn't you?
Oh, gosh, yes.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Not quite the same audience as the Steve Miller Band.
No, and also, I think to get the three of them together, would that be ticket prices would be rather exorbitant, I would think, but that doesn't stop people from doing concerts in the past. Tennebee's got a keyword, speaking of money.
Yeah, the fan and BigDeck.com. They want to give you a shot to win bonus bucks with our national cash contest. Enter the keyword bonus at KFAN.com now for a shot at winning. That keyword is bonus, not John Bonus, BONUS. Enter it now at KFAN.com.
Unlock smarter learning with Lenovo AI-powered PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors. Head to Lenovo.com and choose from multiple devices to fit your passions. If you're a gamer, you can spend less time stressing about GPUs and CPUs and more time dominating with your AI-enabled Smart Engine, which optimizes your game performance in real time. Or maybe you're a scientist on the verge of a groundbreaking discovery and need a device with a longer battery life and AI-enhanced tools to give you extra time to finish your research. Or you're a musician preparing for your biggest break and need better, faster AI tools to make digital art a breeze, like creating band posters and t-shirt designs. Or you're a soon-to-be graduate needing to catch a recruiter's eye to land that dream job, so you need cutting-edge smart tools to build your portfolio from scratch. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. Plus, college students and teachers get 5% off with an education account on Lenovo.com. A better future is waiting, and it needs you.
Minneapolis, get ready. Music legend Paul McCartney is bringing his Got Back tour to U.S. Bank Stadium October 17th. Tickets drop July 18th at 10 a.m. Beat the rush. Register now for the artist presale at paulmccartneygotback.com. One night, one icon. Don't miss it. Full details available at KFAN.com. Keyword calendar.
It's that time again. It's time for Peek at the Pros, brought to you by the Minnesota Golf Association. Hey, get more out of your game. Join the Minnesota Golf Association. You'll receive a handicap index, enabling players of all skill levels to compete on an equitable basis. Post scores, track your stats, course GPS, and enhance your round with the free USGA mobile app. You'll also get a subscription to the award-winning Minnesota Golfer magazine, access to the best public and private courses at the MGA North Star Series, and official state championships for all levels of play. And junior golfers can play for only $5 thanks to the Youth On Course program. Get more out of your golf game at mngolf.org/join online. That's mngolf.org/join online. It's going to be, as we peek at the pros, it's going down in London town. Well, no, it's not. It's actually Bethpage Black is with the Love Ryder Cup. They're playing at Portsmouth, Royal Portsmouth in Ireland for the Open Championship. What you got?
Yeah, we have 5 atop the leaderboard at 4 under. 4 of them are already in the clubhouse. Jacob Scott Olesen, Haotong Lee, Matt Fitzpatrick, and Christian Bazutahoot. All with 67s today. Harris English is 4 under through 14. Then you have Matthew Jordan, Scotty Scheffler, Saddam, Kaiwa Kanjana, all shot 3 under 68 today. Terrell Hatton also at 3 under. He's got one more hole to go. He's through 17. Some other notable names. Rory McIlroy at one point was kind of in the mix there for a while. He's dropped down to even on his round. Where did he go? I can't find him anymore. He's drop again?
McIlroy's been...
There he is. Even through 14 for Rory today.
Yeah, he's...
but at one point, he was at the top of the
correct.
Near the top of the leaderboard.
He's been all over the golf course here on the backside. He's been having all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, so he has bogey. He was once at 3 under. He bogeyed 11, bogeyed 12, and then just bogeyed 14. 12, by the way, is a par 5.
Yeah. So there's your peek at the pros, brought to you by our friends at the Minnesota Golf Association. Get more out of your golf game at mngolf.org/join online. Excited and delighted to welcome. It's been quite some time too to welcome Warren into the conversation. Warren, how are you? What's up?
Good. Well, this is a little bit tied to the NFL since we really can't predict anything. We had a little conversation right after the Super Bowl about a halftime show. I'm going to give you a proposal of what that could be a possibility for this halftime show, for the halftime show and the songs. And I think this would be the biggest halftime show in the history of the thing. This is a lineup you would have. This is a lineup that's a possibility at this Super Bowl.
Why is it a possibility? Now, why is it a possibility?
Well, because they're working on it because the way it's been going, they haven't been catering. They've been catering one way, but this is one that these artists still can perform at an extremely high level. They still look good, and they can. And these songs, people know that their music. Okay, I'll give you the guys, and I'll give you the songs in the order they do it. One would be Sting. One would be Bryan Adams. One would be Isley, Ronald Isley. Ronald Isley from the Isley Brothers, and then Rod Stewart and ELO. Now all these guys know each other and they're friends and they perform. This is how this would go down. ELO would start the concert with Mr. Blue. And then they go to rock and roll is king. Well, and then they'd go to Isley and Rod Stewart singing This Old Heart of Mine, which is an Isley Brothers song. And then the last song to finish it out would be Sting, would be Rod Stewart, and Bryan Adams. They'd be singing the one they sang together with All for Love.
Oh,
and I'll tell you what. No, if you listen, not only the way these guys sound together and the way they still perform, because ELO still performs, and these guys still perform exactly the way they did. And you guys can't tell me that it doesn't go across all generations.
Okay.
This is a possibility of working.
Yeah.
Now, what would you think about that for a halftime show? I'll hang up and I'll listen.
He actually said he'd hang up.
Oh my God.
It's a new Warren.
Do you believe in miracles?
Well, now not only is it a new Warren, he didn't go in a long rambling dissertation about 2 scoops berry. Remember when he did the 2 scoops berry?
And an offensive lineman he's got his eye on.
Yeah.
That nobody's talking about.
He starts talking about a concert, and he's talking about, and again, I like, most of those artists he mentioned are kind of from my wheelhouse. I wouldn't go see those people in concert.
He's put a lot of thought into that.
Yeah.
Also, he said at the end, it'd be something for every generation.
Yeah,
no, it wouldn't be for every generation.
No, it wouldn't. I mean,
it'd be for your generation.
I like Jeff Lynne and ELO, but I think he just canceled a concert for health reasons. And by the way, I didn't want to break it to Warren, but And then I guess, you could come back and do the Super Bowl thing, but ELO is on their final concert, their tour. This is supposed to be it. And I sort of believe Jeff Lynne this time. You can't always believe these guys, but I think he canceled because of some kind of a health reason. Rod Stewart hasn't had a hit in 30 years. Bryan Adams hasn't had a hit since 1969.
Summer, specifically.
Yes. The Isley Brothers, they were wonderful in their heyday, but we're talking 60s, right? Maybe into the 70s a little bit. And then Sting is like, I don't even know if he's performing anymore. So that would not gain any traction in any way, shape, or form. You need Shabuzi, Tay-Tay, Bailey Zimmerman. You know who Bailey Zimmerman is?
No.
He was Secret Show last night, the headline.
Oh.
K102 Secret Show. And I told Swedberg, I said, if I would have known that the guy from Men's Warehouse was going to be... Because they had three acts. One guy was George something, and then there was Bailey Zimmerman. I said, if I knew George Zimmerman was going to be there, I would have been there. I guarantee it. But I guess it was big, because I guess the Zimmerman guy's huge. He has a platinum record. Because you sometimes wonder if a Secret Show, if you're just getting like Meat Sauce and the Wailers, But apparently they had a...
I think I'd rather see Meat Sauce and the Wailers than the one Warren just laid out for us.
Trust me. How about this for a halftime show? Meat Sauce and the Wailers, and Little Long Johns,
followed by Mouth Guitar Guy.
And Mouth Guitar Guy. I think that would be it. Let's be doing this. Let's be breaking. Coming back, one more segment to go. Common Man Program on the Fan.
Unlock smarter learning with Lenovo AI-powered PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors. Head to Lenovo.com and choose from multiple devices to fit your passions. If you're a gamer, you can spend less time stressing about GPUs and CPUs and more time dominating with your AI-enabled Smart Engine, which optimizes your game performance in real time. Or maybe you're a scientist on the verge of a groundbreaking discovery and need a device with a longer battery life and AI-enhanced tools to give you extra time to finish your research. Or you're a musician preparing for your biggest break and need better, faster AI tools to make digital art a breeze, like creating band posters and t-shirt designs. Or you're a soon-to-be graduate needing to catch a recruiter's eye to land that dream job, so you need cutting-edge smart tools to build your portfolio from scratch. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. Plus, college students and teachers get 5% off with an education account on Lenovo.com. A better future is waiting, and it needs you.
To laugh out loud. Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias is bringing his comedy tour to Treasure Island Resort and Casino live September 6th and 7th. Don't miss your chance to see one of the world's funniest comedians. Get your tickets today at TICasino.com.
It's the CRMC Championship. I knew I could get it. PGA Tour America is being hosted by our pals at McCragan's. CRMC. Nap time. Jake Knapp, PGA Tour Pros, won events on tour, was the winner. Two-time PGA Tour champ, was your 2022 CRMC champion. You can volunteer. Go to crmcchampionship.com. Get yourself signed up. You know that Warren call about, Super Bowl, big game halftime show, right? And leading into that, we were talking about Secret Show. When I brought up Secret Show for the halftime show a few years ago, Lil B mocked and ridiculed me, remember? And guess what she's doing now for K102, Secret Show. Well, I thought it was such a bad idea. So, criticize my brilliant idea and then use it later. Because that would be, and I know it's hard to keep it a secret, right? But they were able to keep now again, Secret Show at the Myth, Secret Show at big game 58, 59, 71, whatever it is, that's harder to keep the secret, right?
But they do, they obviously announced the main person.
Yeah.
But there's been many years at the big game where, they have a second or third person come out that we don't exactly know they're coming out. So they can keep it secret to a certain extent.
And you could, as long as people, it probably would get leaked, but if you sworn to secrecy, you could do a big game.
Yes. I would love it. I think it'd be great.
That's what I thought. I thought it was the greatest idea.
Everyone's tuning in for that.
Right. Everybody's like, who is it going to be? Wonder. Now, you may be disappointed because it might end up being Jeff Lynne, Sting, Rod Stewart, one of the Isley brothers, and who else was going to be in that group? Steve Miller? I don't remember who he had.
I literally didn't even know all the people he was talking about.
So, some people would be, Warren would be, he would be, it would be ecstasy for Warren. For me, I don't know if that would be it. But I don't know why they don't do Secret Show.
I'm with you.
The big game. I think it would be a good idea.
Before you move on,
yes.
I just saw this video tweeted from Alex Osmus at KSTP.
Okay.
I don't know why, but apparently J.J. McCarthy has been throwing passes to Adam Thielen in the summer. And KSTP interviewed Adam Thielen for his thoughts on J.J. McCarthy. Can I play the audio for you?
Yeah, I'd love you to.
He's got all the things it takes to be a successful player in this league. And kind of the things that you talked about, or we talked about how I've gotten to year 13, he's already got it. He's got consistency. He's got that mindset. He's got all the skills to be able to play at a high level. So I'm really excited now, my second summer working with him, to see him get an opportunity and to see what he does with opportunity, because I see it now on the field, just his mindset and all the things that it takes to be a great quarterback in this league, and I've been around a lot of great ones. He has everything you need, so I'm excited to see what happens.
Oh my gosh, you are above average.
I don't know what we'd expect him to say. He's one of us. He's talking about a team that's one of us. And he might believe everything he said. But again, I don't know what else you'd expect Adam Thielen to say. He's also the guy that said he's going to try to get his tour card. So,
has he said that?
Well, he was going to. That's what he told us at the interview, that he wanted to try to do that, and he said he'd like to try to, when he's done with his football playing career, try to see if he could.
There's so many athletes that have said it. I forget which ones have said it now.
They've all kind of said it.
I think Steph Curry kind of alluded to it the other day.
I think they all have it one time or another. Okay, now this is one of those, honestly. How to clean earwax in your earphones. There's an actual story on the Associated Press that says a lot of people listen to music or podcasts with their earbuds, but that also means they'll need regular cleaning to remove any earwax, natural skin oils, or other grungy buildup. What other grungy buildup would be in your AirPods or your earphones? What other grungy buildup? If the earbuds have silicone tips, remove them. Cleaning procedures vary depending on your brand and model. Logitech and Bose recommend using soapy water. But Sony warns against water or wet wipes because they can speed deterioration, and instead advises using a dry cloth. Use a cotton swab to wipe the earbud nozzles clean. Just don't bust it off in there. You may have to go to the hospital, which is what Tena had to do. He tried to clean his ears with a Q-tip, and it snapped off in his ear. No, the cotton came off.
The cotton came off.
Yeah. That'll happen every cotton picking time, too. That's just that's... Owners of Apple AirPods. Do you have Apple AirPods? Do you have AirPods?
I do, yeah.
Well, you need to follow a much more elaborate procedure to clean the mesh. You'll need a think about this. You'll need a child's toothbrush. Just call meat sauce. You'll need a child's toothbrush, 2 small cups, a paper towel, distilled water, as well as micellar water, can you look this up? MICKELLAR Keymouse. No, micellar, Micellar. I've never heard of such a thing before. I've heard of Evian water. I've heard of distilled water. MICE.
Yeah, it's pronounced micellar.
And what is it?
Gets its clearing power from micelles, tiny cleansing molecules suspended in soft water which lift dirt, oil, and makeup from your skin.
Yeah, it's just typically used as a facial cleanser. All I needed to do was continue the sentence and I would have been able to find out. Sorry about that. Pour some of the micellar water into a cup, dip the toothbrush, brush the AirPods' various mesh parts, and then blot them dry with the paper. Repeat twice. Rinse. Only your hairdresser will know for sure. No, nothing about rinsing. Then repeat that procedure by using the distilled water to rinse off the micellar water. Finally, let the AirPods dry for at least 2 hours. That's a lot of work. I think that's just too much work. I'd rather just have the grungy buildup and deal with it.
As I say, I've never once, maybe I'm the disgusting one, I've never once cleaned my Apple AirPods. I'm not wearing them a ton, but...
Well, here's what I would think would be easier. This is what I would do. Before I use my Apple AirPods, I would clean my ears with a Q-tip in micellar water, and then I wouldn't have to take my little... I mean, this sounds like something that would take 90 minutes.
Use a kid's toothbrush.
Yeah. And then, 2 different cups and different types of... Get
the proper solution.
It just doesn't even make any sense to me. Then it says to clean the rest of the AirPods body. I didn't know the AirPod had a body. I thought they were just ear things. Oh, so...
They have like the little...
I don't own AirPods. I take that back. They have... Samsung has the same... something similar. I don't know what they're called. Maybe they're called SamPods. I don't know. But they have, they for Samsung, and we're going to be broadcasting live from the Federated Challenge, raising money for Big Brothers Big Sisters from Hazeltine. And for all the people that played in the event, which I did, they do a swag thing, and it was the EarPod thing. It was you had your choice. You could either do Samsung or Apple. I'm a Samsung. I've never used them. They're still sitting in a box. To clean the rest of the AirPods body, use a damp cloth. Well, that makes sense. Anybody could figure that one out. And that didn't seem like it would be too hard. And don't forget about the charging case. Apple recommends brushing out any debris. You say debris or debris?
I'm a debris guy.
I'm debris. Are you a debris or Febreze? Any debris, and then wiping with a dry cloth. If needed, dampen it with an isopropyl alcohol. I think I'll just turn on my stereo with my Pioneer speakers and just put it on Crush. This is just too much work. Here's one. That's why I never use earbuds. We once had a babysitter who, as an adult, went to the doctor because she was hard of hearing in one ear. He removed a small plastic doll's arm, which had been there since she was a child. Always get your ears checked. I don't know what that has to do with, he's saying you might lose that AirPod in your head. Is that possible, Tennessee? Because is that AirPod thing small enough you can lose it
don't think that's getting in my ear, no.
I don't think it is either. Twins take on the Colorado Rockies. That begins tomorrow, right? The Rockies have the worst record in Major League Baseball. Associated Press sports department, they did a story about the Rockies and, where they've been, where they're going, where they're at, where they've been in last place. I think that's where they're at, and that's where they're going as well. I love the title of the story. It's about the Rockies, rock bottom. Rockies try to avoid worst mark over 162 games. They're 22-74. They're on pace for 125 losses a year after the White Sox went 41-121, which is the worst mark since baseball adopted a 162-game schedule in 61. The Cleveland Spiders have the most losses in a season, going 20-134 in 1899. You and I have tracked the Cleveland Spiders. We love the club. I bet somewhere you can buy, probably from Amazon. You could find
everything at Amazon.
Right. You could find, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. You could find a Cleveland Spiders baseball hat. Somebody has to have one somewhere, and Amazon would deliver it to my house. Don't you think?
Of course.
Because, man, do I love biblically bad. I'm used to it. In sports, I guess, in my work. It's been pretty good lately. But anyway, we've discussed this before, and I don't know if they're embracing it in Colorado. Because, I told you when the Lions went 0-16, when they were 0-10, I had a moment of clarity, or I don't know, an epiphany. It's a church on Foley Boulevard on Hanson Boulevard in Coon Rapids. I had an epiphany. So what if we could become the first and only team to ever go 0-16 in the National Football League season? Do you think this is sacrilege that I rooted against my favorite team for the last 6 weeks of the season?
Not at all.
I wanted them to lose 6 games so we'd go 0-16.
What's the difference between 4-12 and 0-16?
So we get a biblically bad historic record on the bad side, but biblically bad historic record. Plus, you get the number 1 draft pick overall. So there's some positives to it. But I wonder if Rocky fans are embracing it the same way that I did. And it's noted in here, Tenneby, Avalanche hoisted the Stanley Cup in 2022. Nuggets earned the franchise's first NBA title a season later. In the Broncos, they didn't win a world championship, but they broke an 8-year playoff drought last season behind Bo Nix. So they've had some other sports success. They've had 2 world championships with since 2022, Stanley Cup in 2022 and an NBA title in 2023. And then, the Broncos have won how many big games? 2, 3, something. I don't remember exactly the number. Did Elway win 2 there? I think Elway won 2. And I think that's the only 2. But, so they've had the best of times, and right now they're going through the worst of the times at the Colorado Rockies. But there's a University of Colorado professor named Tom Zeiler. He's a professor of history at U of C. He's written several books on baseball. He says, you start getting a reputation. Honestly, if the Rockies turned it around and became a playoff team, they'd look back and laugh about this kind of thing. Winning changes everything. But see, that's where, right, but even if you ended up having the worst record ever in the modern era, you could look back and laugh at that even before you could look at it and laugh at it now. To me, it's like, now maybe if you're a player on the team, you're not. And I don't think it's a lack of effort by the Rockies. I just don't think they have a very good team. And, they've probably had some, most teams that have losing records like that have bad breaks too. Should they drop 2 of 3 this weekend against the Minnesota Twins? They've lost 17 straight home series dating to last season. 17 straight home series. Should they drop 2 of 3 this weekend against the Twins, it would be the longest home losing series streak in league history.
Wow.
According to Stats, Optimum. Rockies outfielder Mickey Moniak, he says, it's been a year of ups and downs. Lots of downs. yeah, plenty of them. We're just trying to learn from anything. Colorado first baseman Michael Toglia said, we're all in it together. Everyone's grinding. So no finger pointing, at least publicly, by this Colorado Rocky club. Peyton Manning, he won one in Denver in 2013. Is that right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot about that. So that's 3 then. Elway 2. Yeah. I think Elway won 2. I appreciate that.
By the way, the Lions went 0-16 in 2008.
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, well, who was the number 1 overall pick? And I was correct in that, Matthew Stafford. So they then parlayed that Matthew Stafford into a couple nice runs, made the playoffs a couple times, parlayed him into Jared Goff and a couple of draft picks, which has now led you to being one of the best teams in football.
That's a very good point.
And I went back and looked at that 2009 draft.
Yep.
It was an awful draft. So, like, if they had won a couple games and not got the number 1 overall pick, 2 of the top 12 players in that draft were Pro Bowlers.
Wow. So they would have got nothing.
Jason Smith, Tyson Jackson, Aaron Curry, Mark Sanchez, Andre Smith, Darius Hayward-Bay, Eugene Monroe. B.J. Raji was the only other Pro Bowler. He went to the Packers. Michael Crabtree, Aaron Maben, no Sean Moreno. That's an awful draft.
Yeah.
If they don't get the number 1 pick there.
That sounds like a list of club fighters that you use to build your record. I mean, there's no names there. So you're right.
So you wanted them to lose.
Yeah. So it actually worked out. And so, like I say, if you're a Rockies fan, I hope you're, and I know it's hard to wrap your head around that. But then what someone, we talked about the Rockies a couple of weeks ago. And it says in this story, one thing that, and someone said they'd been to Colorado, and this is what they said. One thing that really hasn't been hurt by the slide is attendance. The Rockies currently averaging 30,128 fans. That's on pace with last season and higher than their World Series run in 2007. Part of the explanation for steady attendance is the opposition, Mets and Dodgers, big draws. Part of it is promotional. The Rockies invited every Ryan to attend a game on June 20th for a gathering of Ryans. Fittingly, Ryan McMahon homered on Ryan Day in a 14-8 loss to Arizona. Part of it is simply the setting. Coors Field, which opened in 95, remains a popular gathering place. It boasts the rooftop in right field with a view of the Front Range. And that's what, that's part of the reason I think it's because it's more just a place to be. Like sometimes you'll go to a band just because, or a bar because you like that they have live music. You like the ambiance. You like the feel of a place. And so it's the same thing when, we all talk about how wonderful all these new stadiums are. And well, the Twins are in a good spot. Well, they're in a bad spot, too. If you lose 3...
I wouldn't say they're in a good spot.
If you lose 3 to the Rockies, it's like, boarded
might be over,
up.
yeah.
It might be over.
And then come trade deadline, you're sending everyone away.
Yeah, to Colorado. And then Colorado is Colorado again. But tomorrow, do we even know who is it Tibida? Who we have on the mound? Do we have any idea?
Don't know.
I think it might be.
It might not be Joe because of the All-Star game. I don't know.
think so. It's probably Bailey Ober, probably. But no, he's got the
Bailey Ober's.
He's got the hip thing.
I did see he was rehabbing today, so I mean he might be closer to coming back.
Maybe David Festa will get the best. Colorado, Chrissy Paddock. So good for him. So there you go. Go Rockies. Go to the bottom. I'd be rooting Cleveland Spiders, my favorite team of all time. Someone texted me and said they'll come to the fair with a Cleveland Spiders hat for me.
Nice.
So I'm going to look for one, though, too. I used to have a, I think it was the Kansas City Clowns Negro League baseball hat. Coolest thing ever. Red, white, and blue. I still have a photograph that I took here at the radio station with me wearing my hat. Cleveland Clowns, or Kansas City Clowns, I think they were. We laughed, we cried. Best of times, worst of times tend to be. By the way, Lil B tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Who's playing Program Password?
Meat Sauce.
Lucky.
And making her Program Password debut, Kara.
Oh, seriously?
And she's on your team tomorrow.
Oh, I think we'll make a really good team.
Yeah,
I truly do.
She's excited.
Yeah, that's sweet. All right, that looks good. So look forward to that. Thanks for having me, Tenneby.
Hey, great job.
And you as well. We enjoyed our visit with you today, but stick around. Who's in today? Big Ticket, and then
it's like Big Ticket and Brett Blakemore.
Brett Blakemore. Very good. We'll talk tomorrow at 12 noon right here on the Fan.
And good night, folks. And good night, Mrs. Calabash. Wherever you are.
Well done, young man!
Listen back to any of Common Man's programs by podcasting on the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.
Let your imagination take flight with an AI-powered PC from Lenovo. Whether it's creating digital art, designing new software, or building a portfolio for a future career, our PCs are powered by Intel Core Ultra processors to help students unlock smarter learning and unleash their creativity. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. All you have to do is choose the one that fits your passion. Head to Lenovo.com to shop AI PCs and find your perfect companion. Plus, get 5% off when you create an education account.
A treasure trove of bananas has been stolen, and it's up to Donkey Kong and his buddy Pauline to get them back. This unlikely duo is going on a world-smashing adventure, using DK's destructive abilities to explore an underground world, and the power of Pauline singing to activate wild transformations. Donkey Kong Bonanza, available now. Rated everyone 10 and up, only on Nintendo Switch 2. Game and system sold separately.
Saks Off 5th, up to 70% off every day. Summer is officially here. Time to dress like it. From breezy linen and floral dresses to chic sandals and beach-ready swim. Saks Off 5th has the designer styles you'll live in all season long. Plus, shop new arrivals every week. You'll find Alice and Olivia, Valentino Garavani, Versace, Stuart Weitzman, and more. Head to SaksOff5th.com or a Saks Off 5th store near you for up to 70% off every day.